Okay, here are your directions for assignment 2. First of all, you would need to go to the assignment 2 file that is linked here. And again, I want y'all to remember there's a couple of different ways that we could go about doing this. It's just this is the way I'm going to demonstrate. So when you click that link, it's going to take you here. And if you click on this button right here that's got the 3 dots on it, you can then go to copy to. And then you need to find your folder on your OneDrive. So I am going to use one of the folders that I used. And again, I told y'all to create a folder. It's got your name on it, including the word work. I had to do mine a little bit differently. I had to use folders for each class. So I'm just using my A2 class. But then you would click copy here. And then when you do that, up here on my computer, you see where it is copying that file to. So you can click on that, and then you're going to see that the file is here. And when you get that copied to your OneDrive folder, then you can click on it and edit it. Now, a couple things I need you to realize about this activity. There is no easy way to do this. And after what I went through last semester, I learned this is probably the best way to do what we have to do under these circumstances. So what I've done is I've taken assignments out of a textbook, and I've basically just copied and pasted it. So what you're going to do is on this first page here, you've got the directions, and then the edit file you're going to edit is on the next page. So this first activity, they tell you to select the title of the company, Starbright Satellite Radio. Well, you're going to come down to the page below it, and you select that. And then you can come back up here and look, and it tells you to apply the title style and reduce the font size to 24. So you would come up here and find under your styles, you would find your title style, which is right here. And then they tell you to change the font size to 24. Okay? And I'm not going to go over and do all this, but you would just need to complete this. All right. So then once you're done with that first activity, you would scroll down here. There's the second activity. And then what you would do is they would tell you to select the text "We Need You." And that is on the file that's on the next page below. So you would select that. And then they tell you to go next and make the font Arial black. And then you would follow the rest of these directions. And I'm not going to go over all those directions here, but you would just follow the directions. And then you would scroll down to the next activity and basically repeat the same process. Now, I do want to say one thing about this one. I actually want to skip ahead to step 4 that you see here, and I literally had to make a screen copy of a textbook, but I pasted this in here so I couldn't easily edit it. And this is something you're going to need to remember throughout this course. As long as we're learning online like this, there's going to be a lot of times where the directions won't match up exactly to your capabilities in Microsoft Word online or Excel online or PowerPoint online. So for example here, in step 4, they tell you to select the text down here in this next page, SIP. And then they tell you to select a specific color of text, dark blue text too. Well, when you change that font color, here's the thing. You're probably not going to have that exact same and I'm going to come down here and click this custom colors. You're not going to have the exact same color capabilities, especially color capabilities that you have in the desktop version of Word. And this textbook was written for the desktop version of Microsoft Word. There are no textbooks, to my knowledge, that are geared specifically toward the online version, which is what I'm having to teach these classes, assuming that that's all you have. So here they tell you to select dark blue text too. All I care about is that you select a shade of dark blue. Get as close as possible. So if you select that right there, I would be happy. Then the one below it, they tell you to select surf, and then they tell you to select aqua, accent 5 darker, 50%. Well, aqua is a shade of blue-green, kind of a light blue-green. And, you know, that's again, I don't even know that you can necessarily get a light blue, green, but I mean, this is probably the closest that you get. Just select it. I'm good with that. Just make it light blue, okay? Because again, in these lessons, I don't necessarily need you to do these exactly the way the textbook directions are. I just need to know that you know how to, in this case, change font colors. You don't necessarily have to get the right font color. I just need to know that it's something that's not black, which is what it is when given to you by default. So you're going to complete these directions for this file right here. And then you're going to come down here, and on this page, you're basically going to repeat the process. And again, notice here my directions. I tell you to use regular caps. On a couple of these steps down here, they tell you to use small caps, and small caps is not available on Word Online, so just use regular caps. I think everything else you can do, but if for whatever reason you find that you don't have a specific whatever, for example, the font Cambria, just pick a different font. And then you would follow those directions down here. But then this final activity, all I'm going to do is tell you that basically they are wanting you to use this activity right here as a guide for formatting this document. And in this lesson, you learn about a feature that basically allows you to copy and paste text formatting. And they are wanting you to do that and copy and paste the formatting from within this document down into this document. Okay, so they're wanting you to learn the feature that you learned about. So anyway, those are your directions for this activity. If you have any further questions, please reach out to me and let me know.